natural. Yeah, fantastic. I love that, man. I love that. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fearless Training TV with myself, Alexander Connor, where you know it, it's all about health, fitness, lifestyle, balance. And today we are on the how-to series, of course, and today we are looking at the king of the compound exercises. Yep, that's right, it's the squat. And I'm here in the squat rack, and we're here to do some hard work. But don't fear it, it is one of the best exercises. Not a lot of people do it. You don't want to be getting this one wrong. If you've not squatted before, don't stress. I'm going to show you how you can really get a great squat in a short amount of time so you can get the most out of it without injury. So first things first about the squat. There is a high bar and there is a low bar squat. There is many other variations as well, but these are the main two. I'm going to show you how to do a high bar squat. The low bar is great and I have done it, but that's probably a video for another time. And to be honest, unless you're a power lifter, which you may very well be, that will be the video for you to watch on the low bar. But today I'm going to show you guys the high bar. It's probably the best way of squatting, especially when you're starting off. And personally, I've found it gets the most hypertrophy, mass, and muscular tone gains, whether you are male, female, no matter what, you should be squatting, guys. Legs is what we want. So let's crack on into it, and let's warm these up.
Hey everybody, and let's kick it off for starters with the bar position. So let's quickly talk about that. Now, as mentioned, we are doing a high bar squat here. So you want the bar obviously to be in a higher position than it would be in a low. Now, where that should be is approximately on or resting on top of your trapezius muscles, as you can kind of see here in the video. Now, the best way to do this, especially if you're a beginner, because you may not have developed as much muscle in this area, the bar can feel kind of tender, and you'll see a lot of people using a towel and whatnot. You can do this, or you can use the foam, but I'd recommend just starting off with the bar. It's going to take a while until it does feel a little bit more comfortable, but if you use proper form, you will be okay. You want to be rotating those elbows and scapula back. It'll create an almost shelf-like sort of position for the bar to rest upon. You'll know when you get it right. You don't want it resting too high up on your neck, not on any of the vertebrae, because you will feel that. Now, I'm just going to show you a few stretches here as well. These are things that you should again be doing at the start and at the end. I like to do some during. I have quite a routine that I go through, and it does help again in preventing muscle injury and enhancing performance when you are squatting, keeping that blood flow and movement too. Let's move on to the next key points, which would be bar displacement, foot position, depth, and back position. So as we can see in a moment, you want a 90-degree depth at least. You can squat arse to the grass, and I was a big advocate for that when I was younger. However, the main aim of the game here is to be isolating our muscle groups and feeling it mainly in the quads. We are going to feel it in the glutes and hamstrings as well, as it is a compound. Bar displacement, as we've talked about, should be shelved nicely up on those traps. We want a straight, if not slightly arched back, to protect our spine, because we do not want to be loading that weight on our lower spine or over our knees. We want a shoulder width foot position. Okay, you want to be using some rigid and stable shoes, nothing with too much flex, and you want to be pushing through the heels all the way through the muscles, straight through the body, up through the ceiling in a very linear fashion. Something else that you can do to protect your knees as well, if you're really new to squatting and you're quite unsure, is sit down on a bench and put a bench behind you and practice squatting onto sitting position and back upright again, which can help you in the long run just perfect that form and really learn about what muscle groups you should be isolating and where you should be feeling it. So let's recap and go over the key points. Bar position should be firmly on top of our traps, not too high or too low, creating a shelf with our scapula rotated backwards and our elbows up, creating a nice shelf. Foot position should be nice and neutral, a little bit wider than shoulder width, pushing through our heels straight through the muscles, not the knees, remember, so we have a nice even displacement of weight. The back position, as always, should be straight with a slight arch, protected, and our depth and displacement should be looking straight up and down with a 90-degree depth at minimum. As always, remember to think about what you're doing, think about the muscle groups you're trying to activate. If it feels good and it's muscular fatigue, then it's good. If it doesn't feel quite right, then we need to reevaluate and have a look at your technique. Guys, keep it simple, don't overthink it. As always, remember to warm up and warm down. The weight will come with time. Quality over quantity. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And as always, stay fearless. And I'll be speaking to you soon in the next video.